Golden Knights. And as we all know, Knights must respect the King's authority!
So I don't imagine this will be much of a recap so much as it will be a rant about how much I hate the NHL and their bias towards the Vegas Cinderella story that they're clearly trying to sell. I'm sorry, but the refs were not even trying to be unobvious about how blatantly they wanted to Vegas to win this game, so I'm not going to be veiling anything about how much it pisses me off. I don't mind losing. Clearly, I don't like it, and there are certain teams I prefer not to lose against, but I am pretty good about being like, you know what, guys, we just didn't play well that game. I hope next game that these people step up, and here's why. This is not that. In 2013, when we lost in the Western Conference Finals to the Blackhawks, I hated it. I hated it even more that they went on and won the cup. And when we didn't even get to defend our crown in 2014 and Blackhawks took it, I hated every second of that. But did I stop becoming a fan of this game? No, because I love the Kings and I love hockey. I even had a Kings crown tattooed on my back when we were down to the Blackhawks in 2014 in the Western Conference Final. That's how much I love my team. It's not that they're losing. It's how they're doing it and the fact that they're not being given a chance at all to do well in this series. And you can see now, they're down 3-0. Game 1 goal-0. I honestly didn't get to watch that, so I'm not going to talk about it. Game 2, Drew Doughty being out. Are you freaking kidding me with that hit? Doughty had absolutely no intent. It was a shoulder-to-shoulder hit when he tried to make contact, and the guy ducked and sold it. And he has absolutely no priors. Whereas you get a guy like Perry, who practically beats the shit out of a guy, and the NHL player's safety, who, by the way, the head of lives in Vegas, does nothing. When fans around the league are pissed off for your team, I have Blackhawks fans who are saying that Vegas is corrupt. And you know, if I'm standing up for Blackhawks and their fans, there's a problem, because you guys know how much I have a rivalry with that team. So if I would rather the Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup this year than the Vegas Golden Knights, there is a problem. So tonight was even more clear. I can't even, I don't understand how you can make these calls and expect to be like, what? No, we're totally fair. At one point, Kopitar got smashed in the face with the butt of a stick and nothing got called. I'm sorry, that's legal now? It's okay to literally beat the crap out of our players? There was another time he was in front of the net. He had a clean hit on a guy who went down. The guy then decides, and I wish I had video of this, I wasn't fast enough because I was seething at this point. He comes around and he smacks Kopitar with his stick in the face and in the shoulder. Kopitar goes down, can't get up. The shift is still going on. He ends up slowly skating to the bench. I even think he went down the tunnel for a minute there. Nothing. No calls. Whereas Jake Muzzin stands by a guy who falls over, and that's a penalty for tripping. I can't. So I guess I should attempt to recap some of the things that happened. The Kings scored the first goal. Fantastic. After, of course, they took the first penalty for doing nothing. Like, not even going to try and sell that this was a penalty here. First goal was good. It gave us... It made us feel slightly better that all the calls were going against us, because you know what? I put the puck in the net. And if we're up 1-0 and we can just keep something going, no matter how much they try and stop us, we have the lead right now, and we can probably build on that, and we can take that anger and fire and all of those things that we have, all of those emotions that are just threatening to drive us crazy. If we can channel that into a good game, it's okay. So Iafallo gets the Kings on the board first. The Iafallo Kopitar Brown line, again, how many times have I said this in regular season, was phenomenal. Absolutely everywhere on the ice. They had huge extended shifts at least 3 times that I can count. that should have gone in. Now, credit where credit's due. Fleury is a good goaltender. Like, I don't want to take away from that at all. Fleury did amazing tonight, and he has been an amazing goaltender all series. And if it was just that we couldn't get past Fleury, that's one thing. That's, well, you know, that sucks, but our offense has to step it up. They do have to step it up. But again, when you're behind the 8 ball that hard, when everything you do is a penalty and nothing they do to your players is a penalty, it's really difficult to get any momentum going. Even after the first goal, the Kings are... Actually, the first period was really even. There were 8 shots on goal from each team, the only difference being that the Kings were out hitting the crap out of them. At one point in the first 4 minutes, not even, it was like 8-2, 9-2, 11-2 in hits. The Kings came out with bang. They were playing Kings hockey, and if they had have just been allowed to play their game, they would have won. They would have won. They were amazing, absolutely phenomenal in the first period. I think they out hit them at that point 30-13 in the first period. So really, really solid first period. I'm actually sitting there thinking, okay, well, yeah, a couple of calls gone against us. Should have had some other things called. But it's, you know what? We got some good things going. Second period, a little less even on that. McNabb, I am so glad we got rid of him. I have no respect for him anymore. He's the guy that elbowed Kopitar in the face last time and didn't even get a call, let alone a hearing. So yeah, again, please, someone try and tell me that this is fair and unbiased and not rigged and not completely corrupt. I told you it was going to be a rant. So McNabb continues to do awful things on the ice and not get called for it. Meanwhile, our players are continuing to play hockey and get called for it. Whatever. But quick is quick, and our penalty kill is really good. Yeah, we had a lot of practice in it in the regular season, but we have Doughty back. We have Muzzin back. Fontenberg is playing a hell of a game. Things are going very well for the Kings, especially given the situation. They're keeping it tight. It's unfortunate at how good Fleury is being done the other end, because there are definitely some rushes where, oh my God, the Kings came so close. In the third period, Doughty had this, he pecked the pocket of some Vegas player in center ice, starts a rush, Pearson's coming down his side, and oh my God, it literally rimmed across the goal line without actually, it was insane, which makes me remember why else I was mad in the first period, because we had a goal and they waved it off and Toronto had to call and be like, actually, I know how biased we are, but you have to give that to them because it did actually cross the line, and that's like not a gray area, cross the goal line. So Kings get Iafallo's goal kind of, you know, by complaint there. So unfortunately, that Pearson one doesn't go in, and about 5 minutes into the third period, we are tied. Unsurprisingly, because the Kings could not clear. This is the kind of thing I've seen all the time where they're just barraging quick and he's doing everything he can, but his defense is not helping him and the puck movement is all over the place and one gets in. So, okay, it's tied. Okay, that's fine. We can take that. We'll even take whatever extra penalties you're going to dish out, and we're going to completely ignore all of the other things. The end of the second period, Drew has a high stick to the face, and I swear to God someone would have killed the refs if they hadn't called it. The entire stadium is up in arms. And Drew, his high stick's so hard that his helmet falls off, so the ref, kind of has to do something. But he's good. He's waiting on it. He's waiting on it for a while, and the stadium is up in arms, and finally he's like, okay, fine, that's a penalty. And Drew just kind of skates by, flicks his hair because his helmet, it's got that lovely flow going on, and just kind of, he does that. It was great. I love Drew Doughty. I love that he controlled his temper long enough to be smart about it. I mean, that's, I so wanted him to score. I so wanted him to come back and be like, what? Sadly, that did not happen. Alex Iafallo was the only one to score. Oh, no. Sorry. He was the only one to score for a really, really long time for the Kings. Who ended up down 2-1 with about 5.5 minutes to go. And to me, that's the game. That's when I called it. Turns out I wasn't wrong, because less than 30 seconds later, complete defensive breakdown. No idea what happened. So fast. The puck is in the back of the net. Face off here, puck goes here, puck goes there in the net. Like, not even, that was bad. That was bad on the Kings' part. See, I can admit it when the Kings do things that are stupid. And that was stupid. So it's 3-1, about 5 minutes to go, and I don't think we're coming back from that. They do give us kind of a pity penalty. Like, oh, hey, no, we are calling things against Vegas, guys. Yeah, you're not fooling anyone. Can't really do anything with that. In fact, our couple of power plays we did manage to get. Well, the first one is interrupted by Brown tripping someone 6 seconds in. Don't see how that was a trip, but okay. The one we had in the second period was, I mean, they had more shorthanded chances than we had chances, so our power play really does suck. Thank God our penalty kill is good. And then the third power play didn't really get anything going either. It was a lot of, not icing, because icing is waved, and it was a lot of clearing of the puck from Vegas there. And then we pull quick, and Kopitar does manage to get one past him. That was great shot from Kopitar. I love Kopitar. Like I said, the Kopitar, Iafallo, Brown, they had some chemistry going on, and it was beautiful to see. Doughty and Muzzin together as a defensive pairing. They had everything going. Alec Martinez, dude who has now officially played the most minutes in an LA Kings game thanks to our double overtime, which should never have gotten to that because Doughty should have been in the game, but whatever. He was great. That's the thing. The Kings were amazing, except for that third goal, which was just really, really bad, and the first one we let in. But we're tied. We were down 3-2 with about 2-ish minutes to go. And again, as soon as that second Vegas goal went in, honestly, as soon as the first one went in, and we hadn't managed to get the second goal in all of those minutes of play, I knew it was not going to go the Kings' way. So we are down 3-0 in the first round of the playoffs. I'm starting to become a Sharks fan. Seriously, this is how bad it's gotten, guys. You know how I feel about the Sharks, too. I'm, gonna root for the Sharks in the second round. That's what Vegas has done to me. I'm rooting for the Blackhawks and the Sharks. I know the Blackhawks aren't in there in the playoffs, but, these are the teams that I'm liking compared to Vegas, so... yeah, everything is awful, but Chris Sutter was there, so not everything can be awful when Chris Sutter is in the house.